Okay, imagine for a moment a real estate agent. Let's call her Sarah.
Right.
She's driven, she's talented, but her listing pipeline, it often feels like a bit of a roll of the dice.
A massive effort, but the returns are just uncertain.
Exactly. She's that sort of middle-tier agent, full of ambition, but she's still looking for that predictable, self-sufficient system to find sellers. Now, what if you could know maybe months ahead of time which homeowners in her specific ZIP code aren't just thinking about selling, but are actually most likely to sell?
That's more than just a nice what if. It feels like a fundamental shift, really, in how you'd even approach real estate.
Yeah.
That kind of foresight,
Yeah.
it doesn't just give you an edge. It could completely redefine the game. And that kind of strategic advantage, well, that's exactly what we're planning to unpack today.
Absolutely. Welcome, everyone, to the Deep Dive.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're jumping into something pretty fascinating. It's an application of AI that seems to be, well, rapidly reshaping the real estate world.
Predictive lead generation.
Predictive lead generation, precisely.
Mhm.
Now, our insights today, they're drawn from some compelling excerpts discussing a specific platform called Timetosell.ai.
Which is a really interesting case study in this area.
It really is. But our mission, in this deep dive, it's broader. We want to pull out the universal principles. How is AI fundamentally changing how brokerages, how agents actually win listings?
Right. We want to understand what makes the technology tick.
Yeah, and the potential shifts it might bring to the whole market, and frankly, why you should probably care about this evolving landscape.
Definitely. We're looking beyond just like the features of one specific platform. We need to get at the underlying mechanics, How is artificial intelligence moving real estate from being reactive, often kind of speculative,
Yeah, chasing leads.
to being increasingly proactive, data-driven? It's not just about getting more leads.
It's the right leads.
Exactly. The right leads and, crucially, at the right time.
Okay, so let's unpack that core problem first. The one these predictive AI tools are trying to solve.
Okay.
For years, broker owners, they've really wrestled with this, haven't they? How do you truly empower your agents?
Like traditions, though. Those agents in the middle, like you said, they have the drive.
But maybe not the established network or system yet. And traditional methods, they often meant this heavy reliance on, well, what the sources call expensive, low-conversion portal leads.
Ugh, yeah. Agents spend so much time, so much money, chasing opportunities that honestly just don't always pan out.
It sounds exhausting. Like a cycle that leads to frustration, maybe even high agent churn.
That's a critical point.
Yeah.
The old model, it really puts the burden of discovery squarely on the agent.
Right.
Forces them into these really broad, often pretty inefficient prospecting efforts. Think of it like fishing with a huge net in a massive ocean, just hoping you catch something.
That's a good analogy.
And that constant spend time, resources, without a clear, high-probability result, that's a major hurdle for sustainable growth. Not just for the agent, but for the whole brokerage.
Okay, so that's the pain point. And that's exactly where this vision of predictive AI comes in.
Right.
If the big problem is figuring out seller intent and all that market noise,
Yeah.
and the old ways aren't cutting it,
Then that what-if scenario.
it becomes incredibly powerful, doesn't it? What if you could just flip the whole prospecting model upside down?
Instead of casting that wide net.
You know exactly where the fish are biting, even before they're really hungry.
Precisely. The aim is to give agents the power to know who's likely to sell before those homeowners have even seriously thought about putting up a for sale sign.
Wow.
And this kind of preemptive advantage, as the source material points out, that's the key to building a brokerage known for one thing: winning listings.
So it transforms the brokerage
From reacting to the market.
to actively shaping opportunities within it. Okay, and that leads us directly to platforms like Timetosell.ai. The source mentioned its mission since 2017 has been very clear.
To find the needles in the haystack.
Those specific properties, those homeowners, with a high chance of selling way before they hit the public market. It's not just broad prospecting anymore.
No, it's about pinpointing intent.
So how does it actually do that? This is where the AI comes in, right? The deep dive part.
Yes, and it's quite a sophisticated process. The platform works by, as the source says, perpetually screening thousands of properties.
Not just once, but continuously.
Continuously. It's analyzing owner events, market shifts, and thousands of other market signals every day.
Okay, thousands of signals. That sounds complex.
It is. When we talk about sophisticated AI here, we're likely talking about advanced machine learning models
Okay.
trained on huge amounts of historical data. The AI learns which combination of all these signals strongly predicts a future sale.
Can you break that down a bit more? Like, what are some of these owner events or market shifts? What's the AI actually looking at kind of under the hood?
Sure. So owner events, these aren't just random things. They could be specific public records suggesting a big life change.
Right.
Maybe mortgage activity, like a refinance showing equity pullout,
Mm-hmm.
or changes in property tax assessments that might indicate a big renovation,
Mhm.
or just a shift in value.
Hmm.
Even things like life stages,
Mm.
suggested perhaps by anonymized public demographic data, like an owner reaching an age often associated with downsizing.
Got it. And the market shifts.
Those are broader indicators: economic, local real estate trends,
Yeah.
changes in, say, the average time a house stays on the market in one particular neighborhood,
Mm.
new listings popping up nearby, fluctuations in interest rates, maybe even local employment data.
Right.
The AI is piecing together all these seemingly unrelated clues. It's recognizing patterns that, honestly, humans just can't process on that kind of massive scale.
So it's not just one or two things. It's this deep, constant analysis across enormous amounts of data.
Exactly.
What really jumped out at me from the source was the focus and the accuracy numbers. It mentioned a dedicated focus on the Colorado market
Which makes sense. Models often perform better with localized tuning.
and an 80% prediction accuracy year after year. 80%, that seems really high.
It is a serious number, yeah.
What does that accuracy actually mean for an agent on the ground?
It's huge. That level of precision translates directly into what the source calls qualified opportunities.
Okay.
It means agents aren't getting just a random list of names. They're getting a list where there's an 80% probability those homeowners will sell within a certain time frame.
Right.
For an agent, that changes everything about how they spend their most valuable resources,
Yeah.
time and effort.
Yeah, you're not boiling the ocean anymore.
Exactly. Instead of that broad marketing to, say, 5,000 homes, hoping to find one or two sellers.
Which is the traditional farming approach.
Right. Now they're targeting a much smaller, pre-qualified group. They know their effort is far more likely to pay off. It's not magic. It's just the machine's power to find these subtle correlations in massive data sets that we just can't see.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for me. The fundamental shift in ROI and the agent's advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Because this AI, it delivers qualified opportunities from homeowners before they've decided to sell.
That before is key.
It literally puts the agent first in line, and the source asks that great question. So when that owner is ready, who do you think they will call first?
It flips the sales cycle from reactive to proactive.
Makes perfect sense. It'll be the agent who's already been, thoughtfully engaging, maybe offering market insights, just building that relationship early.
Exactly. And if we look at the numbers, the quantitative comparison they provide.
Yeah, tell me about that.
The traditional model requires a massive marketing spend to farm 5,000 homes for one or two listings.
One or two listings from 5,000 homes. That's a
Yeah.
lot of work for a low yield.
A huge investment, as many agents know all too well. It's costly, definitely a low percentage game, brute force, like you said earlier.
Right. So many mailers, maybe cold calls, for what feels like a shot in the dark.
But the Timetosell.ai model, according to the source material, it elevates the yield to predictable 5 to 7 listings from that same territory.
5 to 7,
Mm,
compared to 1 or 2 from the same territory.
that's what it says. And here's the kicker.
Okay.
At a cost per lead, that is a fraction of what portals charge.
Wow. Okay, that's not just a small improvement. That's a completely different ballgame for efficiency and profit.
It really is. And it raises a big question for brokerages, doesn't it?
How do you keep relying on the old, less efficient way?
When these kinds of highly accurate insights are available, that cost per lead comparison alone makes a pretty compelling business case.
Absolutely.
It's about maximizing that return on investment in a way traditional methods just can't seem to match. It's a step change, really. It lets agents be more strategic, less reliant on just sheer volume,
Shifting focus from just searching all the time.
to effectively engaging the right people.
So, thinking bigger picture now. Beyond just the listing numbers and the efficiency, what are the strategic advantages for brokerages that actually embrace this AI revolution?
Good question.
The source says it helps keep your brokerage ahead of the curve, and profit from the AI revolution. So it's more than just a tool.
Oh, definitely. It's positioned as a competitive differentiator in a market where information is everything.
Which real estate definitely is.
Leveraging AI isn't just an option anymore. It feels like it's becoming necessary to stay relevant, to stay competitive.
And it ties back to empowering agents too, right? It gives your agents the intelligence to win the market.
Exactly. They're not guessing anymore. They're operating with these highly informed insights. That has to boost confidence, effectiveness.
It's like giving them, I don't know, it's a sophisticated GPS instead of just a paper map and a compass.
That's a great way to put it.
And there's another benefit mentioned, kind of a dual benefit.
The recruiting aspect.
Yeah. The source highlights that offering this kind of system, this advantage, also serves as the ultimate recruiting tool for broker owners.
Makes sense. Imagine you're trying to attract top talent, or even promising newer agents.
Like our Sarah from the beginning.
Right. And you can offer them a system that gives them a predictable stream of highly qualified, preemptive leads. That's incredibly appealing, especially for those agents looking for that systematic edge.
It creates a sort of virtuous cycle then.
Seems like it. Better tools attract better agents.
And better agents, armed with this predictive intelligence.
Generate more listings, which then boosts the brokerage's reputation, its market share.
It builds on itself.
Yeah. The underlying message seems to be about discovering what a true AI partnership can do for your business. It points towards potential transformation that goes way beyond just getting leads today.
It's about building a brokerage that's actually designed for the future of real estate.
I think that's the core idea.
Okay, so let's quickly recap the key things we've pulled out in this deep dive. We've looked at how predictive AI, using platforms like Timetosell.ai as an example, can potentially identify homeowners likely to sell with, reportedly, impressive 80% accuracy.
In months in advance.
Months in advance, right. We talked about the huge efficiency gains going from farming maybe 5,000 homes for 1 or 2 listings.
To potentially getting a predictable 5 to 7 from that same effort.
And crucially, at a much lower cost per lead compared to traditional portal leads.
The big difference there.
And then we touched on those strategic business advantages for the brokerages themselves.
Staying ahead of the AI curve, really empowering their agents, and using it as a powerful recruiting tool.
Yeah.
You know, what really stands out to me is how this tech isn't just about, like, optimizing what we already do. It feels like it's creating entirely new ways to grow and compete in real estate.
Yeah.
And for you, listening in, understanding these shifts, it gives you a shortcut, maybe, to being well-informed about how AI is fundamentally reshaping industries, not just real estate.
It's about seeing the power of data turning guesswork
Into foresight. Ultimately making markets work more efficiently.
It really does make you think about what's next, doesn't it?
For sure.
As these AI tools get even better, refining their predictions, getting even more precise, how might the traditional role of a real estate agent evolve?
Yeah, if so much of the finding part is already done by the AI.
Does the focus shift almost entirely to, say, relationship building, negotiation skills, strategic advice, rather than the old prospecting grind?
That's a really interesting question, something to definitely mull over as you go about your day.